Hello guys, welcome to Cool Talk with Friends. Today I have Jaden here, and today we're gonna be talking about PE lessons. Straight to the point. Yeah. Say hi, Jaden.
Hi, bro. Hi, guys. What's up, bro?
So, one thing about PE lessons, right? It's for some reason it's a very different subject. Don't you think so? It's so different than the other subjects.
Yes, it is very different. Wanna know why?
Yeah, why?
Because PE, like we can move ourselves. Like we don't need to do work, and we can touch some grass.
Agreeable, but sometimes I do hate PE. A lot of people like PE, but me honestly, sometimes I would just hate it. Sometimes.
Why you hate it?
Because like sometimes, right, the people are like they take football so seriously, man. Sometimes they take football so seriously. Like me, honestly, I'm very tired every time I go to PE. My energy goes from 100 to 0 the moment PE starts.
Okay.
And the thing is, sometimes most of the time they're usually very mad. They're like very mad at you. Like if you lose, right, you make them lose. They're like, oh my god, look what you did. You made us lose. Like in primary 6, right, my friend was pretty mad at me for losing. Basically, I mean, like I can't tell you how mad he was. He was furious, man. I mean, bro, it's just a game, bro. It's not that bad. It's not that deep, right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes people just find PE a little bit too deep. The thing. But I don't blame them, honestly. I would find PE deep as well. I mean, like, some people are quite mad. They're gonna be like, oh, look what you did. You made us lose. And then basically, just because of one small game, where you're playing with balls, and kicking them each other, you basically lose. Your whole friendship, nobody in class is gonna like you anymore. Doom to the nobody likes people in class. I think about it in class, right? There's a lot of people, but you are not one of them. If you lose one football game, you're absolutely cooked. Like, I don't know why. They just take it so seriously sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, like, they treat it like as if it's life and death. Like, if we don't play football, if we don't win the game, we will die. Like, no, we're gonna get killed by our PE teacher if we don't win. Basically. But in my primary school, right, they had PE lessons. And the thing about my primary school, I already talked about this in the episode 1, but oh my god. My dad's texting me about choir practices. I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore as well, right? But basically, if you guys don't know what we are talking about, in episode 2 and 3, we talk about choir CCA and why it really pisses us off. Because every holiday we get, they want to take it away from us. Because next week is our June holiday. And they're like, oh, dear choir members, we don't care about your 1 week holiday, but you have to come 3 days. So basically 2 days holiday left for you. So haha, too bad. What are you gonna do about it, huh? Quit choir? Well, that's what I might just do. But back to what I was saying, in my primary school, in my primary school, PE lessons are very much different from secondary school. In my primary school, right? So you know how in schools there'll be 2 uniforms. Like schools that have uniforms, sometimes there'll be 2 uniforms. Like one has the formal uniform and the other one is the PE uniform, right? When my primary school, right, they allowed you to if you had, okay, let's say class A and class B, right? Class A has PE on that day, but class B doesn't have PE on that day. Let's say it's a Monday. So on Monday, right, class A, some of the students will most likely be wearing their PE shirt. And class B, sometimes you can wear the PE shirt, but most of the time they'll be wearing the formal uniform. But in my new school is different. In my secondary school is different. I mean, it's not really that new. I've been there for like a year already. I mean, 2 years technically if you count this year as well. But basically it's different. Instead of, oh, if you have PE on that day, you get to wear PE shirt. No. If it's a Monday, you have to dress in your formal uniform with your tie. And if you have PE, right, you still have, okay, what people usually do, right, is that they will wear their PE shirt and pants, but then they will wear their formal pants outside. Okay, so the formal pants is white color, right? Yeah,
Yes.
basically it's white color. So what they do is they will wear the PE shirt and pants inside, and they will wear the white formal pants outside. I don't know why they are so troublesome. I mean, isn't it extremely hot when you do that? You're wearing like two layers of pants. 3 if you count your underwear or panties,
Yes.
whatever they call it for women. Yeah, can't forget the woman. So it's kind of hot, right? If you do that in school. I mean, Singapore's already very hot. Like I used to think that American schools had air conditioning, but turns out they don't actually.
Yes.
Why are you looking at me, man? But anyways, in America, apparently, the schools don't have air conditioning. I used to think they have air conditioning because you know how in America there's like snow. So I was thinking, if there's snow, right, during the winter, there'll be heaters. But if there's heaters, right, then during the summer, there should be like air conditioning, right? The heater should be used as air conditioning, right? Nope. It's just the outdoor weather, basically. So that's how it works. So, about PE class, right? It's more different than our class. I don't know why. But here's the thing. PE class is so special. It has its own custom uniform. Think about it.
Yeah.
But me, honestly, I have no idea why people like PE so much. I mean, to me, it's a different lesson. Like, okay, so in my primary school, right? Special lessons are like PE, art, music, those kind of stuff, right? But in secondary school now we have like art, music, PE, D&T and FCA. D&T is design and technology where you basically do like some woodwork and some electrical stuff. And FCA is basically food consumer education where you cook food. Yeah. You can in secondary school you can either choose to go to food and consumer education or design and technology. I mean, if you had the chance, right, Jen, which one would you join? D&T or FCE?
I will rather join TNT.
Yeah, same. D&T sounds kind of fun. I mean, even though cooking is fun as well, D&T is extremely fun, man. I mean, you get to work with wood. I mean, imagine using pine wood to build a house. It's like, look, mommy, I just came home and I built a house in school. A birdhouse. Yeah, with wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of frustrates me. Well, I mean, not really frustrates me. Why did I say that? But I don't know why I said that. So, you know how in primary school, right? I mean, yeah, in primary school they have, they don't, because normal lessons, right, are like math, science, mother tongue. If you live in like, yeah, I think other countries should have mother tongue as well. It's like different language education. So there's, so normal lessons are like English, math, mother tongue, and science. There's no science if you're in P1, like grade 1, if you guys do not know what P1 is. So, if you're like in grade 1, right, which is also known as P1, there will be like no science until like P3, where you basically learn about science. And in secondary 1, or grade 7, you'll get introduced to geography and literature. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Real, man. Always talk about it. I mean, yeah, PE is, like I said, PE is so special. They have their own custom uniform.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. How can a lesson be so special? It needs its own custom uniform. Well, here's the thing. When I was in like P3, my mom told P3, right? Grade 3. My mom told me a story about like of how back in her day a lot of the girls like to stay out of PE. Like they just tell the teacher, I'm sick. I have to sit out. Because back then, I didn't understand back then because in P3 we usually played in the hall and not the field. But now I pretty much understand. Singapore is so hot, and remember at the start of the school year, sometimes the PE lessons they make us run around the whole school. Remember, Jaden?
Yeah.
And in the beginning of the year, right? Last year in 2024, at the beginning of the year, they did this PE stuff where for a few days we had to run around the whole school 3 times. And the thing is, one time when I was running around the whole school, right, I looked back and I wasn't looking in front and I hit a pole. Yeah, kind of awkward. I hit a pole. Like, I don't know how that happened. Very weird. And awkward.
Yep.
And kind of strange at the same time too. Like, why would I hit a pole? Isn't that embarrassing? The thing is, Singapore is just so hot sometimes. I don't understand. Sometimes during monsoon season, right, it's cold as heck. It's extremely cold. Like, it's like winter. But then, normally, it's gonna be hot. like very, very hot for some reason. And I have no idea why they make it so hot. I mean, like, who made it so hot? Kind of weird, right? But yeah, basically, sometimes Singapore can be very cold. Sometimes it can be very hot. So when you're lucky if it's PE lesson and it's extremely cold. That's the most luckiest thing ever. But you're still sweat in PE. It's still gonna be very hot because PE you have to run, you have to exercise. Sometimes PE lessons they make you play the weirdest sport ever. Pretend it's PE, right? Lesson is like, oh wow, we're gonna play today. We're gonna play football. We're gonna play basketball. We're gonna play like volleyball. And the PE teacher says, no, we're not gonna play. We're not gonna play football, basketball, or whatever balls. Instead we're gonna be playing Japanese toe wrestling. Can you imagine? Like, teach, can we please not play Japanese toe wrestling? Speaking of toe wrestling, my friend Cody, right? Is your friend too, right? So in my choir CCA, or your choir CCA as well, in our choir CCA, you know there's Cody, right? From last year, there was a senior named Cody. And for some reason, I don't know why, I added Cody to my group chat, my Cool Talk with Friends podcast group chat. And he immediately left. I was like, what the heck, man? Why you leave my podcast? And here's the thing. You know Cody was in a podcast?
Yeah.
You know about that? Cody was in a podcast?
Yeah.
And what was the podcast about? I'm not sure what it was about, but in a short segment, a short clip, he posted onto like TikTok, right? His podcast, he was talking about toe wrestling. So, what the heck, man? Cody, why would you want to join a podcast where you talk about toe wrestling and weird other toe related stuff, but you wouldn't join my Cool Talk with Friends? I mean, Cody, why, man? You're making me pretty upset, man. But Cody, he's a nice person. He's a very nice person. Like, one time during choir lesson, right? Like, I was like, what the heck is that smell? Why does it smell like pizza? Turns out, Cody bought everybody pizza because like he was already leaving choir because he was in secondary 4 or grade 7, 8, 9, grade 10, I think. Yeah, secondary 4. So I don't care anymore. I don't care about saying grades anymore. But he was in secondary 4, right? And then because he was leaving, because he had to do his exam, his O-level exam, he decided to buy everyone pizza because he wasn't in the choir anymore. So everyone got to get a taste of pizza. And it's quite tasty. Remember, like, he was a lifesaver. Like, remember what you said to him? You're like, oh, Cody is such a lifesaver, bro. Cody is a lifesaver sometimes. You know? He's like the nicest person ever. It's quite sad that I only get to meet him for 1 year. Like, I don't really see him anymore, except for his TikTok. I'm not gonna name his TikTok account because it's private information. I don't want people to be like, hey, why didn't you join the Cool Talk with Friends? I'm going to bombard your house now with the SWAT team. It's okay, guys. I'm not mad. I'm not disappointed. I'm just like, why would you want to join a podcast about toe wrestling but not my podcast? Well, in my eyes, I think there's a reason why he didn't want to join. You know that, Jin?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'll be like, because like I think in Cody's eyes, he probably thought that this podcast was just gonna be like short-lived thing. He probably just think it's just like any other random WhatsApp group chat. You know, like any other random WhatsApp group chat with cool names like Kaya Toast King's Cool Podcast, right? Oh yeah, fun fact: this podcast used to be called let me see if I have a picture of it. I got my files explorer. Hold on, where is it? Where is it? Cool Talk Friends here. Here's a picture. Found it. Here's a picture of the old poster. I know you guys can't see it right now because it's an audio podcast and not a video podcast, but I'm video calling my friend right now. So it says here, Kaya Toast King's Cool Friends Podcast. Yes, that's what it used to be called. It legit used to be called Kaya Toast King's Cool Friend Podcast. It has the same back. I know you guys can't see what the poster looks like now, but basically it's like now, you know the poster now, right? It says Cool Talk with Friends and it says Fahim, Lisian, and Jaden. Well, basically, it just says, instead of Cool Talk with Friends, it says Kaya Toast King's Cool Friends Podcast, and there's no naming on top of our heads. Basically. You guys still don't know what Jin's face looks like. Jin, why are you so scared to show your face, man? It's not that bad, bro.
No, like No, like, it's not the reason why I want to show my face. Is the reason why? Because I don't want to show my face like on postcard.
Yeah, yeah, makes
Hey,
sense. I'll be pissed off, man. Like, hey, you use my face without my permission. I mean, you know, some people, I don't know why they are just so sensitive about their face. You ever realize that, Jen?
yeah.
One time I was playing at the playground, right? And I was recording myself at the playground. But then this woman got captured accidentally. So she walked up to me and was like, hey, can you please delete that video? I was in the video. I was like, the heck, lady? It's not like I'm gonna post it to YouTube. Are you scared for what? Like, why do these like people just want their videos deleted so bad? I saw this video, right, in London, or I'm not sure if it was in London or if it was in any part of England, right? Basically, this British man was recording, and there was an Asian couple behind him. He's like, "Hey, can you please remove our video?" It's like we, and then they were like arguing with each other. Like, "No, I don't need to remove you out of my video." It's like, "No, you have to." That we're very sensitive about our face. Basically, they are very sensitive about their face. So that's what happened. So in the end, the Asian couple got escorted away. I don't know why. Maybe because they are racist in the England. Well, I don't think so. Maybe because they're being very aggressive to the British people. No, not the British people. The British men recording. Yeah, maybe they're being too aggressive with him. You know that.
Oh.
But really, by the way, back to the story about me recording in the playground. It's not just like any other HDB block playground or like American school type of playground. No, it was a cool playground. It had a cool looking tunnel, it had a trampoline, and it was in a mall, by the way. I'm not gonna say what mall it is because I don't want you guys to know because my house is near it, and I don't want to tell you guys where my house is. You guys are probably gonna find out where my house is, or like the area where my house is. Don't actually say my house. I'm gonna get doxxed. So, alright. They're like, so basically what they do is, I was like recording, right, and there was a lady walking behind me. Then after I finished recording, she walked up to me and was like, hey, can you please delete that video? I was like, why, lady? It's my video. I can do whatever I want with it. Yeah, but I was captured in it. I don't care, lady. It's my video. I'm gonna post it. And now that you mention it, I'm gonna post this video to social media on TikTok. You know what's the funniest thing about the video? I don't have it now because it was deleted long time ago. Because like last time my phone had, what I do is my phone or iPad sometimes will have very little storage left. So sadly I have to delete a lot of the videos. So the video is deleted now. There's no video evidence of it now. But what happened is I was recording the video, right, and the woman asked me, hey, can you please delete me out of the video? I said, why, lady? Then she's like, my face was in it. I said, fine now. Then I deleted it. She's like, thank you. And the moment she walked away, I restored the video. Yeah. Evil devil I am, aren't I? And also for some reason, on that day, right, where I was at the playground, I was just walking at the playground, right, minding my own business. And what do I see? I see a Filipino woman sitting on the floor with a microphone better than my microphone and an amp, a freaking equalizer. Like, you know those professional gamer equalizer thingies that they use with their microphones?
Yes.
Basically, she had a microphone, right? And she was just singing. I was like, lady, and in my mind I was like thinking, okay, lady, why would you want to spend so much money on an equalizer and a professional microphone just for you to sing it at a playground? I mean, there's gonna be kids laughing, there are gonna be kids screaming, there are gonna be kids crying, there are gonna be adults talking to one another. It's gonna be pretty noisy, right? Like, so just record at home, your song at home. She was singing a song. I don't know what song it was. I don't know if I have that video anymore. I don't think so. But yeah, basically she was singing. But we're going way off topic right now. We were talking about PE lessons, right? So, about PE lessons, right? When we had to run around the whole school, right? Like I said, I was running, right? And then I looked behind me and I heard a sound behind me. I looked behind me, right? Then you know what's the funniest thing ever? I was running, right? And I hit a pole, you know, Looney Tunes style. And in my mind, I was thinking like, whoa, what cartoonish stuff was that? Because that was the most cartoonish thingy I've ever seen in my whole life. Honestly speaking, yeah, it was very cartoony. Kind of weird, honestly. but also strange. I mean, think about it, right, Jin? Well, you know, like, remember the woman who was. Right? I don't understand why some people are just so sensitive about their faces. Because you know how. Because, like, they're so sensitive, right? They don't want their face to be captured on video. Like, if you're recording a video and their face is accidentally captured in the video, they're gonna ask you to kindly delete the video. I was like, hey, I was doing my commentary about best hidden gems in Singapore, best hidden gem foods in Singapore. I know that one TikToker, I forgot what his name is, he's gonna be pretty mad at me. But basically, I'm gonna be like, oh, secret hidden gems in Singapore. And it's gonna be pretty mad at me, pretty pissed off at me. Yeah, basically. So, yeah, that's how it works, man. It's just how it works, bro. So, it's kind of weird, man. Don't understand why some people are just so sensitive about their face. I mean, do they really think they're ugly?
No.
I mean, Jin, some people are just so hatred so much. They just look so ugly, man. They're like, they think they look so ugly that, and like, though, especially girls, they're like, every time they post like Instagram pictures, right? Don't ask me how I know that, or like TikTok pictures. They're always doing this. But why are you doing this, man? You guys can't see what I'm doing right now, but basically they always cover their face, right? Yeah, they always cover their face, or they use some sort of cute emoji sticker to cover their face or something, or they wear a mask. Why are you so introverted, man? I mean, I'm introverted, but I still show my face online, right?
Yeah.
And then they just like very scared about their face. Like sometimes these girls, like these girls, and boys as well, they can be so beautiful. Like God made them beautiful, but then they don't think that God made them beautiful. They're like, oh, it's so ugly. I want to cover my face. I want to shoot my face off. But honestly, here is my inspirational quote of the day. If you ever think you're ugly on the internet, right? If you ever think you're ugly on the internet and you don't want to show your face on the internet, just note there are a lot of people with disorders on the internet, like Down syndrome, or like they got in a terrible car accident and their face looks heavily disfigured. They still show themselves on the internet sometimes. Like, you guys know Lucas Cadwell? Let me search him up. You guys know Lucas Cadwell? Lucas Cadwell. Yeah, here it is. So what happened to Lucas Cadwell? Lucas Cadwell was diagnosed with Perry-Romberg syndrome when he was 7 years old. In a 1000000, I have no idea what number that is, condition. That causes the skin and soft tissue to... Hold on. Sorry about that. 1 in 1000 condition that causes the skin and soft tissue on one side to progressively deteriorate. And it's kind of weird, honestly. I mean, like, can you imagine? Like, how, like, one side of your face looks normal, looks alive, but the other side of your face looks like you just passed away like 13 years ago. Pretty scary, not gonna lie. Yeah. Basically. And a lot of people, right? And my second inspirational quote, a lot of people just give up. Like, they make a YouTube video, and then the people's like, oh, I don't care about YouTube video. It sucks. And then they're like, oh, I'm so sad. I'm just not gonna post YouTube videos anymore. So just think about it. Why would you be sad about one person not liking your video when there are probably 8 more people who like your videos, right? I mean, there could be 8 people who like your videos. Just 8 people. 8 can overtake 1 person. So normally you should think about the 8 people instead of the 1 people. I mean, it's just like when you go to like parent-teacher meeting, and the teacher's like, okay, so is it like teacher's like, how is my son doing? Well, Li Xian is very good at math, he's very good at English, he's very good at Chinese, he's very good at every lesson. But he slept 1 time in my class. And immediately after that, I mean, obviously my teacher didn't say that. He didn't say I was that good at English, that good at Chinese. He didn't say I was good at all these subjects. I mean, they did praise me, but not until like that. But they're probably gonna be like, your son was very good at this subject. But then they tell you, if they tell the parent one bad thing, it's over. Your parents are gonna be so mad at you for some reason. I don't know why, man. But this podcast is... Yeah, what?
Nothing.
Well, I don't know what you're trying to say, but... Yeah,
Yeah.
like they say, now... We can go to ChatGPT. I have no idea what to say, so I'm just gonna go to ChatGPT. I'm just kidding. I do not use ChatGPT. Okay, we need to cut that part of the video. So, basically, right, podcasters. Yeah, we are the podcasters. So, the PE lessons, right, kind of fun, but sometimes can be pretty tiring. I mean, sometimes it could be as fun as... I mean, like, one time, right, Azim, which is Fahim's, cousin, me, Fahim, and Azim were going to play some badminton after school. Then we realized there was a girl playing with some bow and arrow. So then Azim and me really wanted to play. That's like, you ask the girl. That's like, okay, fine. I had to get over my social anxiety and ask the girl, hey, how do you play with the bow and arrow? And she said, you have to ask the PE teacher. Then Azim always want me to do first. He's like that kind of guy who always makes the you go first. Like he's like the kind of the guy when it's time for when it's time to play the game first, they're like, hey, let me play the game first, but when it's time for war, okay, you can go to war first. Yeah, he's that kind of guy. So basically what I did is he asked me to ask the teacher first, and I was very scared because I thought the teacher was gonna say, I was gonna be like, Mr. Teacher, can I play with the bow and arrow? And I was very scared the teacher was gonna say, I'm sorry, you cannot. But thankfully, the teacher didn't say, I'm sorry, you cannot. Instead, he said, hey teacher, can we play some bow and arrow? No! That was his answer. I mean, the heck, bro? You don't have to be that strict. Ever since then, I hated the teacher. Every day I see him, I'm like, this stupid teacher again. I mean, you know that feeling where there is just one incident, right? And that person just says something to you, and then you completely hate that person from now on. You know that? You know that feeling, Jaden?
Yeah.
Like somebody says something about you and you completely hate that person from now on. Pretty relatable, not gonna lie. Happens a lot. And I have no idea why. But, yeah. That's how life goes. Sometimes you can't change it. Sometimes it's like that, you can't change it. Sometimes, when life gives you lemons, people always say, make lemonade. But in my opinion, they say, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. In my opinion, when life gives me lemons, I'm just gonna eat them. Because you can't make lemonade without water, without sugar, without all the ingredients. Right? Which is there's another one, right? Another more inspirational quote. If you have 500 eggs, you're not gonna eat the rotten one. Basically, I think what they're trying to say is, if somebody compliments your video, right? Like, if somebody makes fun of your video, don't feel sad that one person is making fun of your YouTube video and the fact that a lot of other people are actually complimenting it, like I said earlier. But, yeah, I guess this podcast today is about PE lessons, people who have social anxiety, I mean, like, people who don't like people to see their faces, and inspirational quotes. So I guess that's the end of our podcast then. So I guess that's bye for me. So bye everyone. Jen, you're supposed to say bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks for listening to our podcast.